But first, next week is Mental Health Through a Stroke. We'll know how saw Britain go Big Brother crazy. The Channel 4 series was a monster hit across the board, with everyone from pensioners to school kids and Grampian midweek presenters. But now pupils from a school in Buckie are experiencing what life under the eye of a real-life Big Brother is really like, as their movements at school are now being tracked by a high-tech computer system that responds immediately to any irregularities.
Hello, this is the office at Buckie High School here. We are phoning to let you know that your child is not in school today. Please get in touch with the school as soon as it is convenient by letter or telephone.
This is the terrifying new piece of technology that's making skiving pupils across Scotland begin to sweat. In the good old days, they could sneak out of class and happily take time out without anyone ever knowing something was afoot. But those magic moments are dead and buried. At Buckie Community High School, a new computer system is being piloted. It came into being after the headmaster, who was touring Canadian schools, noticed how effective it was in keeping attendance figures high.
One thing that was common to all the schools is they had a computerised system of informing parents when children were off school. Anyway, and I was interested in this. I'd never seen anything like it, and I was quizzing the head teachers in the schools, and they all spoke so positively of it. They said it kind of put attendance right up the agenda. It made it, gave attendance its due importance. And so I always thought this would be really good. Every morning when youngsters come into school, they're registered, and we identify, who's absent. Within 5 minutes of coming into school, we've sent a note to the office. The office then enter all the absentees into the computerised registration system. We rely very heavily on parents telling us in advance if they know their child's going to be off. So an important part of our scheme is that parents will telephone the school, or fax the school, email the school. They'll tell us in advance, wherever possible, that the child will be off tomorrow.
The Phonemaster system is on trial for the next 6 months, but it's already proved its worth by saving vast amounts of paperwork.
I think absences are reducing. Children are actually coming back to school sooner than they might have done before, which is great. And we know how long they're going to be absent for, which helps us in the school.
You see this catching on?
I think so. Other teachers that I've spoken to in other schools seem to like the idea of it.
The computer system is understandably being viewed with huge suspicion by the pupils themselves.
When the Phonemaster came in, the pupils were more aware of the system and getting in contact with their parents, so they didn't juke so much. It's like going down to town, and they weren't able to do that.
Do you think it's going to stop a lot of truancy?
I believe it will. It's all back, informing the teachers and the parents of the pupils' whereabouts.
You won't be scanning them?
No.
I don't believe that.
But it's not all about truancy. The school says it has huge benefits for looking after the safety and welfare of the pupils. And the parents, who were a bit cynical at first, are now warming to the system.
I think the majority of parents see it as a very good thing. It also instills value in the pupils themselves. So that gives them an indication of what it's like to go out into the big bad world and into industry, where absenteeism is a key issue. So it gives them some indication that absenteeism isn't really something that they should get involved in, and if they're pensive about it, they can sort it at an early age.
Phonemaster has had its fair share of teething problems, with plenty of parents being called up by the computer by accident, but it looks as if it's here to stay. And the headmaster says there's no truth in claims that he's thinking of introducing a similar scheme for teachers who enjoy the odd skive as well.
Well, joining me now in the studio is Peter Cassidy, the former Director of Social Work for Aberdeen. Peter, it may seem like a good idea, but there has been some criticism of the system, hasn't there?
Yes, Kirsten, I think that the potential of this scheme is really quite exciting, but it's also understandable that there are some criticisms and the big brotherish aspects as it have been highlighted. I think if there are civil rights issues involved or civil liberties issues, then the whole point of having a pilot is to see what they are